Welcome to Above the Garage.
Hi, friends. Welcome to our discussion of Season 3, Episode 7 of Silo. Let's do our round of introductions and dive in.
Hi, I'm Helen.
Hi, I'm Raquel.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Kate. The episode opens with Robert Sims trying to sneak down the stairs to get to Juliet, but he can see he's being followed. And Juliet is currently busy with quite the daunting task. She's breaking the news to Kyle and Kennedy that they're going outside in like a minute. Patrick Kennedy is being all Patrick Kennedy about it and acting as if he doesn't want to risk his life for the silo. Lucas Kyle, on the other hand, is instantly on board and points out the hypocrisy of Kennedy after months of him screaming to anyone who will listen, "Let's go outside." They manage to convince him by telling him he can go wherever he wants as soon as he sees Kyle into Silo 17. There's a knock on the door then. Sims has managed to get a message to Juliet. She reads it and orders her friends to get Danny to shut down the screens in the cafeteria while she's gone to see Sims. Sims with some big news as well worth him risking Camille's wrath. He tells Juliet that the drugs are in the water already and that they are immediately effective. Warns her to drink juice, wine, milk, anything but water, and to execute whatever plan she's working on right this minute. There is no more time. It is also the last time that they can speak to each other with his being followed. Just before he leaves, Juliet lets on that she actually cares about him now, warning him to be careful.
Can you imagine being told you should probably drink wine?
I know.
Well, thanks.
Oh no! Oh no!
Don't mind if I do.
I feel like that's also like the olden days, that it was safer to drink alcohol, ale or whatever. Yeah.
And running water, yeah.
Something I've also thought about. Give an excuse at all times. Be a little tipsy.
I know.
I just remember, I think in Pride and Prejudice, there is actually a scene where Elizabeth is like getting really bad news about her sister, and Darcy is like, "Can I bring you some wine?" That's like the first response. So yes, bring me some wine, Sims.
There is. I literally finished the book yesterday. I read it for the second time in my life. And I finished it last night. So that's so funny that you mentioned that, because I also laughed at that bit.
What a coincidence.
Do you want some wine?
Did you enjoy it, the book?
Yeah. I remember it differently because I've watched the movies as well, so I feel like
yeah, it's all
I don't remember how horrible he was at the beginning.
That
happens a lot of like classics. It's like,
it's too horrible to come back from.
No, it's good. I still enjoyed it, but
all right,
it's weird when you sort of like have an idea in your head so long.
Yeah,
so I must have been like, I think I read it in school, so I must have been 14, 13 when I first read it.
Yeah, I definitely read it, but I don't remember the details of the book versus movies I've seen over the years.
I was very, very pleased with the Lucas. Well, Kennedy and Kyle sounds better to say than Lucas and Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy and Kyle, like rhymes or not rhymes with the alliteration. There we go.
Alliteration, yeah.
Yeah. Really love the buddy up of them going out. The setup was great.
Yeah.
Very excited to see them hanging out and snapping at each other and viewing everything very differently.
Oh yeah. I think there would be a well-balanced team, like Discovery team.
For sure.
I particularly love the Juliet and Sims scene, the visual part of the scene, because it was framed so well with the kind of arch that looks into the stairs from like the inside of the silo. That was a very beautiful shot. So
true. Yeah, that was nice.
There's a symmetry to that as well. I really liked. Sort of like there's two sides to it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's sort of merging as well. So.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm still unclear and a little bit surprised that anybody trusts any spaces to talk about anything openly.
No, I know. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Everything has been established because Juliet was with Camille somewhere that was supposedly safe, and she realized they were being listened to. So I don't understand why Juliet doesn't fully get that now.
Right. I mean, I think we kind of talked about it was probably the keychain.
Maybe the keychain,
that Camille had.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, but I just still would be so, because she doesn't know. Juliet doesn't know how any of this is happening.
Yeah. I feel like whispering is very underemployed. Like, at a minimum, like do something, play some noise at the same time.
Turn on a faucet and whisper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the old fallbacks.
Well, I've writing messages as well, because we know there's some like blind spots.
Yeah. Write messages. Yeah.
You could literally just write the message and hold it right up to your face, cover it with your hand and read it.
Yeah.
But then we wouldn't be able to know about it as the audience. So that would be a problem for us.
It's not going to work. I guess that's why no whispering also.
Or like the hand signals. I mean, that's maybe the algorithm has figured that out too. But I really love Also, Juliet's cute little ponytail that she has in this episode.
Yeah, me too. I didn't make a note of that, but like as you're saying it, I admired it many times over. Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, feels like her classic hairstyle too, but it makes me want to cut my hair a little bit. It's going to look better on her, but it's cute.
You made me think about this interview that I sent you with Rebecca Ferguson, who was hitting on the journalist.
Yes.
Loved to as well.
I don't know, Kate, if you've seen it.
Kate saw them in person at Comic-Con.
What?
Yes,
she was wearing a ponytail there too. She was very like cool and
Fuck me.
She's very vibey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kennedy and Kyle tell the outsiders about their new adventure, but the saving the kids version instead of the poisonous pipe instant murder of everyone version. Kat looks very worried about Kennedy. I didn't realize that friendship had solidified either.
I had questions about that because she seemed really broken up about it.
I know. It felt romantic, which it clearly isn't.
I had the same wonder, though. Like, she was crying later when he goes missing.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was very specifically related to him and not to both of them. Like, it wasn't about the mission. It was about her relationship with him.
Right.
But I guess she's been with the outsiders, and so that's the only connection I can think of is that they were together in that, like, rebel group. But
yeah, and they've been hiding, like Kennedy. They've all been related and hanging out together. But it's funny because we didn't see it on screen, them get so close, you know?
Wait, didn't she treat Kennedy when he was, like, shot or stabbed or something in the last season?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think so. When he was hidden away, right?
Yeah, they, like, brought him in and he was hurt, or they brought her there or something, or she showed up there.
Yes, that's why. That's why she cares so much. So they did have an established relationship.
Okay.
That we just kind of forgot about for a moment.
Yeah.
But it's lovely. Danny helps harden Kennedy's resolve and excitement for going outside by reminding him how excited his wife would be that he gets to go out. Before she died, Doris used to say if she got sent out to clean, she'd go out singing, happy to be free, even if it was just for 1 minute.
Kennedy still really believes this cleaning video with no hesitation.
Yeah, I know. Makes me sad for him.
He's so, like, dead set on it.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah, it becomes interesting in a few scenes, obviously, when they go outside and their reactions to the outside are so opposite, you know?
Right, right.
He's not allowed any possibility of being wrong, it seems. Or very little.
Yeah. I like Lucas's reaction to it, though. He kind of just goes, oh.
Yeah.
He still believes this. I've told him already.
Yeah, that's why they're funny together.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I really hope that we get a lot more time with them together.
Yeah.
It's a little like Walker and Bernard.
Yeah.
The way they talk to each other.
Yeah.
And play off each other, yeah.
Unsuspected pairings that really work well together.
Right.
Yep.
There's a quick scene of Camille checking in on her family's whereabouts, which are luckily in bed where they belong. And then Juliet breaks into the room as Kennedy and Kyle are trying their suits on to announce they're leaving right now, not at dawn. Smart. Danny turns off the cafeteria screen. Martha and Juliet are making sure the suits are secure, safe, and Martha's running through the code speak for Kyle, who's been wisely chosen as the primary communicator for the two. Everyone is visibly dying of anxiety as they go out. Juliet's holding it together, but also looks like she might cry as she walks back inside their comm room.
I really loved that moment of Kennedy asking, are you going to be able to hear me? And Walker's like, I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. I was surprised Juliet wasn't wrapping up Kyle. They haven't been playing up that relationship very much just yet.
I was wondering if she remembers yet what happened between them.
I think she's supposed to remember everything now. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was my impression.
No, 'cause she doesn't remember the woman that's her memory's been altered as well, right?
The woman later in the episode, the
Yeah.
Gloria.
Hildebrand?
Gloria, that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So I don't think she's recovered all her memories yet.
Yeah.
Good point then. Thank you.
I wrote down, does she remember
Yeah.
Lucas and,
Maybe not.
you know, what was happening?
Remember Sam or Lucas?
Yeah.
She recognizes him, but yeah, maybe not the full
Yeah.
emotional part of it.
He's like the first thing she remembers, right?
Yeah.
That we
Hmm.
see her recognize.
Yeah.
That was when we were like, oh, she's remembering stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that she remembers all of it, though.
Yeah.
Martha immediately radios them once they're outside, and it's Kyle that responds, at which point I realized the bonus genius of Juliet making them leave early. Kyle, who loves the idea of stars, gets to finally really see them.
Yeah.
I love that, and I hadn't
Yeah.
thought of it yet. And it's so far from any city lights that they are, of course, truly astounding. What a lovely moment for him. He expresses this in code, of course, saying the situation is a lot bigger than he expected. Kennedy, on the opposite hand, is disappointed that his fervent belief that there's a whole living world out here has been for naught, saying there's nothing, just nothing. But at least when he looks up at where Kyle's looking, he's shocked by the stars.
Yeah, that moment where I guess it's kind of a wide shot and Lucas is looking up and Kennedy is kind of looking down.
Yeah.
And you see that they're just taking it in completely different ways.
I love that.
Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah, I just wrote down, no, Patrick, it's not nothing, it's actually everything. Because it's like the whole universe is there.
Yeah.
Right?
Look up. Yeah.
So vast and huge, but he doesn't know. It must be really difficult to like come across that for the first time in your life. Like, is God really quite dissolute and like someone like Stendhal's syndrome? Have you ever experienced that before?
No.
Stendhal's syndrome, do you know what it is?
No.
How do you spell that?
Stendhal's.
Stend.
There's a H somewhere.
HAL? Okay.
H somewhere.
A rare psychosomatic condition where exposure to great art, beauty, or a massive concentration of cultural heritage triggers intense physical and psychological reactions. Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, it is like that.
Like when you like literally get dizzy over like beauty or...
Yeah. Thank you for teaching us, Raquel.
You're welcome. But yeah, it must have been really like quite shocking. And that's what I was thinking, like you're sending these people to like the unknown and they have like a short period of time where they have to do something and they've literally encountering this for the first time in their lives. And like they probably need a minute or two to sort of like
take
it in,
sit in and take it all in and process it.
Yeah.
They do seem, Lucas especially seems pretty paralyzed
Yeah.
for a second by it.
Yeah. As you would be.
It's completely normal.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think it's interesting watching Juliet throughout these scenes. She's clearly like very emotional, listening to them going through these steps that she went through before alone, and other people are experiencing it. Again, her facial acting is really great.
Oh, yeah. Literally got several notes of her acting. I mean, she's such an amazing actress, but like every time the camera's in her, you can feel what she's feeling, like the nervousness, she's distressed and she's just worried for them. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Really good point you made, Kate, where you were saying that Kennedy's belief that there's going to be this big, beautiful world out there limits his ability to see what's really there. And with Kyle, it's kind of the reverse because he's expecting it to be desolate and nothing. And then he looks up and sees the whole sky. So they're coming at it with complete, like one's coming at it with cynicism sort of, and one's coming at it with hope. And then they trade for a minute when they actually get out there and see it.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because their expectation is so different from what happens. So what they see. Expectation versus reality.
Has Kyle seen, because he knows about the stars and stuff like that, he's seen images and pictures of that, right?
Just through the
videos?
The screen, right? But it's kind of narrow, so he's just seeing that.
But is that real?
I think that the screens are real. Yeah. The displays and the cafeteria.
Because he knew about like constellations and things like that.
I think he was just tracking the movement through the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, he's really smart.
He is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Copernicus of his time.
Yeah. But like, it was like looking through a visor almost, or looking through a blinds or something, because he was just seeing that little sliver of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just stops your image of it because you think it's going to be so small, and then you see the whole world. And as you said, it must be amazing.
Yeah. And speaking of expectations, they said that the bodies, which they refer to as damage, is way worse than they even imagined. I'm sure that Juliet tried to prepare them for that, but seeing it as different.
Yeah.
Worse.
You did say that there was thousands of them, right?
Yeah.
Do I remember that scene correctly?
Yeah.
I mean, even like seeing that many people in one place, let alone dead bodies,
Yeah.
The code speak tripped me up for 1 second, though, because when he said they're walking up to the hill and he says coming up on the next level, I thought for a second that he was just saying that because that's like silo lingo, that they don't have hills. But then I was like, I'm pretty sure they talk about the hill. And then the next thing he said was the damage. And I was like, oh, he's saying next level because they're pretending like they're within the silo working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very clever.
I feel like anyone listening, though, would probably be a little suspicious, what with all of the emotion and everything going on.
True.
While all of this is going on up at the surface, Camille is actually catching a nap. Poor timing on her part, until the blinking keychain finally wakes her up. They should have thought to make that thing with sound, dummies. Suddenly, Kennedy and Kyle are hearing a loud buzzing around them that Juliet did not experience on her trip outside, but the buzzing is preferable to the sound Martha and company hear next through the transmitters. Gunfire, a lot of it, and then absolutely nothing. The line is dead. Honestly, even before the end of this episode, I refused to allow myself to believe that these two characters would be killed off so anticlimactically. Did you guys think they were dead?
No.
No.
Yeah. I mean, they're too important. You can't just do that.
Knowing that we probably all, for the most part, would have been suspicious of that, like thinking they're not dead, I'm glad that they didn't leave it as a cliffhanger at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. Yeah, I figured they would too. I figured it would be another episode or two before they appear again, like Bernard or whomever. So I'm glad they didn't.
Feels less insulting when a show doesn't like pretend like you're going to buy something like that. Do you know what I mean?
You're that stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. And it is interesting to watch the people in the silo reacting because, of course, they would think that that was true, you know? It is the most likely outcome. It makes sense.
Yeah, they don't expect a climactic ending for these characters.
Exactly.
Did you guys have any guesses for the buzzing? Because for some reason, I thought there were bugs or bees or something flying by, but I don't think, when I watched it back, I think it was just dust from the atmosphere.
I think it's probably drones shooting them.
Yeah, I was thinking drones.
Good call. Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, and I thought that maybe because Silo 1 is probably still active, or I just see it as a confirmation that the Silo 1 is definitely still active, because I feel like this is something they prepared for. Another possibility of someone going out of the silo like Juliet did. So that wasn't in place before the first time Juliet went over the hill, but they prepared something now if that happens again, and that's probably drones. And I don't think they have come out of 18. They probably came out of Silo 1. Yeah.
I also think they counted on Juliet to just die like everybody else because they didn't know about the tape. So that probably bought her a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Not much, so new plan.
I thought it was like it wasn't real and it was more on the handset, or not the handset, the helmet. Because they make a point about the communication, and then, you know, like we're going to hear whatever you're hearing through the helmet. So we also know that from the radio, they can hear whatever's going on in their helmet too. And then the algorithm also uses the word neutralize, which it almost felt like they were like on purpose to sort of try to like maybe confuse them by the noise. Like, you know, how where they went to clean and they had like the fake visuals
screen.
So maybe similar in that way to like confuse them and paralyze them. I don't know. So they wouldn't move further. I don't know. That was my thought. I don't think they're shooting on the drones are real.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because obviously at the end there, well, we can get there, I guess.
Yeah, and that will also like shut down the whole mission that Juliet had in place. So I don't know, maybe it would like tickle Juliet to make a mistake and then give the algorithm the reason to kill Juliet, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I hope they didn't get shot. They don't even reveal that Kyle is still alive in this episode.
Yeah, true. So, yeah.
True.
But I hope. I think they're both still alive. Shot or not.
Yes.
Hopefully.
When Juliet's like, if I run, she's going to arrest me. Obviously, she's talking about Camille, and then she goes back home. But it's like, what difference does it make if she runs? Because either way, Camille finds out that she did this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's also seems to be like in shock. Like, I think, again, her acting in the scene is incredible because you've never seen Juliet freak out this much. But I agree.
The physical stuff she's doing is very good.
Yeah.
Like touching her face and...
I was just going to say that about the acting is like, at the end, you can see her as almost angry and like mad. And I don't know, it's almost like awakened something in her.
At the end of the scene when she's leaving.
Shit is going to go down. Yeah. Like she's like... Yeah, I'm just going to punch people.
Yeah, the range of emotions she goes through in this episode. Delightful to watch her acting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that from day one, but yeah, this episode especially has been great.
Yeah.
I really don't know anything about this Camille versus Juliet and why they're not killing her and all of that. I'm really confused about the whole thing. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. I guess it's supposed to be like some personal holdout.
Connection there, yeah.
Yeah, that either of them, like Juliet, I don't think she was only upset later in the episode about Robert going into judicial when they're about to like blow it up. I think she supposedly cares about Camille too, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not. And she's pretty pissed off. I take that back. It's probably just Robert.
Yeah, I don't understand what Camille is being... I mean, we see what she's being directed to do by the algorithm to a certain point, but obviously at this stage, the algorithm is kind of making her guess instead of just telling her what to do. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like, what do you think I'm doing?
Yeah.
Camille, a couple of episodes ago, was trying to get Robert, well, not get Robert, but she was allowing Robert to go kill Juliet. And then she was annoyed that it hadn't happened, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what changed? Just the algorithm giving her audience, like seeing Juliet and talking to her. And now it seems like maybe it doesn't want her to kill her, Camille to kill Juliet.
I don't think it's been fleshed out particularly well. So
Yeah.
I think that's why we don't understand it.
Why does Juliet open a safe?
She has a gun later.
She goes the gun,
it must be.
yeah.
It must be where
Yeah.
they keep the gun.
There it is. Okay.
Whose gun is it?
Isn't she in the sheriff's? She's in the sheriff's department, right?
Oh yeah. And she used to be a sheriff, so that all makes sense now.
She asked Sandy about the code, and Sandy used to
Right.
work with her at the
Right.
station, the police
Yeah,
station.
okay.
So yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that all makes sense now.
Good teamwork. We got there.
We got it.
We got there.
Pieced it together. There was an edit that confused me, which is why I was asking, because they show Juliet reaching for the combination and to open the safe, and then the next shot is Camille opening the door
Yeah.
to the algorithm
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
inside. So
Yeah.
it was like, it was a cool cut, but it also was a confusing cut to me. So
Yeah.
Right. And that is when the algorithm tells Camille that Kyle and Kennedy are dead. The algorithm asks her what she thinks all those bodies outside mean and confirms her theory that Silo 17 prevented the safeguard, but only momentarily. The algorithm insists the safeguard is not preventable and the bodies are evidence, and urges Camille to convince Juliet of this. So, meaning what? They'll just all be shot if they survive the poison?
yeah, I think it was just trying to say, whatever you do, we're a step
Right.
ahead and we have a plan to make sure this doesn't happen.
Yeah, we're more powerful.
Like, there's a safeguard for the safeguard, you know?
Yes. Camille goes straight to Juliet, as Juliet expected, and unkindly breaks the news to her that Kyle and Kennedy are dead. Juliet looks less shocked about the news than she probably should, but she is trying very hard not to cry about it, and failing. Her hand is also shaking as she holds a gun behind the door. Camille's got one in her hand too. They don't use them though. Instead, Juliet has a good mic drop before she slams the door in Camille's face. Yeah, we should have given them more time to make the suits bulletproof.
Mm.
Did the algorithm actually say they were dead?
Neutralized.
Neutralized.
That's it.
Okay.
Which is what I was thinking. It was an interesting choice of word.
Because I'm always wondering if the algorithm can lie or if it has to kind of creatively mislead people.
I think you can lie.
You think it can?
I think it can lie.
Yeah.
I think they would have baked that into the program, even if it's a robot.
And
Yeah.
we've been suspecting that it's not a robot. We've been suspecting that it might be somebody in
Right.
Silo 1 as well. So
Yeah, especially since the last episode. So
Yeah, if it's a real person, it's just manipulating them, obviously. And I mean, the algorithm, like, even if it's AI, I guess it is. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that it could be kind of interesting if it couldn't lie, just because I'm trying to think back through everything and if we've ever proven that it said something directly to someone that wasn't true. But
I would have
it's kind of hard to track that.
Yeah, I mean,
And you can't know because you don't know what the truth is. So it's
but
like,
that's also true. Yes.
yeah,
Can't trust anything.
everything it's saying could be a lie, you know?
Yeah.
We have no way to prove it.
Back in the past, there's a big surprise in the hangar. Daniel's sister Charlotte is there, and Lucid remembers Daniel even. But nobody's providing any more information until Daniel and Helen agree to sign NDAs. Colin Hanks has joined the cast now, in the form of billionaire Per Stinson, who is funding this whole project. He tries to convince Helen and Daniel to sign with simply the idea of all the information they've been wanting this whole time laid out at their fingertips. And when they don't look convinced, offers to throw in $1 million on the top, since that's essentially a dime to him. Helen hates him immediately just on principle, but Daniel desperately wants to know what happened to his sister, so he's going to sign without a fight, especially after Charlotte tells him she signed for the same reason. Helen finally gives in after she's promised she can write about all this in a few years. Did you guys know Colin Hanks was in this season?
Mm-mm.
I did not either.
I've seen him in a trailer, but I
Mm.
don't think it was clear he's going to be Per Stenson. I'm not sure about that. I think it was suspected that he's going to play him.
Yeah.
What would you guys do?
Would we sign the NDAs?
Yeah.
Yes. I just want the information.
Yes, with the $1 million.
Oh yeah. Also, you could be like 10 million, he'll be like, fine. So might as well.
See, the thing to me is the money feels
Gross.
so hypothetical
Irrelevant.
because because like
Yeah.
whatever's going to happen might make you having that money
Yeah.
useless to you.
Completely.
Yeah.
But I think I would still sign, especially if I was Helen or Daniel, because they've just spoken about it in the car. Like, they don't really have much to lose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if they die, at least they'll get this crazy experience of finding out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I would sign it.
And they also, like, they said that I don't know, a couple of episodes ago about the fact that they don't think they want to see them dead. They clearly want to use them in one way or another. So
Yeah.
they don't really have much to lose. And also it is unlikely that they're going to get killed.
Yeah.
In whatever they're getting into.
Yeah, I think mainly for me, it would just be holding a big secret. So like if I had a lot of people close to me that I was worried about, then I might feel like a lot of guilt for knowing this thing that I can't share, which is kind of what's going on in the silo with whoever's the head of IT.
Yeah. True.
Because they know all of this and they can't say. So
yeah,
I don't know if that responsibility would be really heavy. But I think in the case of Helen and Daniel, because it doesn't seem like they have, I mean, especially because Charlotte's there too.
Yeah.
They don't have other family or friends. It doesn't seem like that they would be, not that you wouldn't worry about the entire world, the strangers in the world too, but that's kind of a different thing because you can strategize that. But if it was like, I'm going home to my family and I can't tell them what I just found out, that might change my answer is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Billings is grilling Harwood, who points out all the cameras that were supposed to be turned off obviously have not been. Also, interestingly, sums up the mines as maybe 6 guys and 2 women who are actually so fucking criminal. But everyone else here just did something stupid that meant this death sentence for them. It would be more humane to hang these people than send them to the mines. Harwood reveals that the last sheriff he even respected was Holston, so Billings gets the fun of telling him what little regard Holston had for Harwood. 7 different investigations, but none that did the job. We also learn that Harwood is still real bitter about his daughter Glinda's shadow job being given to Orla Kent. And in summary, he's clearly not going to help Billings with this investigation. Not a surprise.
I've added him to the list of people who might have killed Orla.
Yeah.
Or might have known about it somehow, you know, facilitated something.
The 3? Him, his daughter, and the boyfriend, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my top 3.
He sucks.
I really liked what he said in this scene about the magician and theoretical relics.
Oh, yeah.
Just if you have an idea of something that we tried to write out of the silo.
Yeah.
They wiped them at one point or another and have given them only what they want them to know about how the world works.
Right.
Or what's possible or, you know, what people can imagine or create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that this guy presumably came up with magic with no prior concept of it is that's how it happened the first time, right? Like someone invented everything throughout the history of the world. So it's like those things are starting to happen now in the silo and you can't write that out of humanity.
Right.
You're still going to come to the same ideas that you did the first time, even in this environment where you're stifled and you don't really understand how the world works. You're still capable of creation.
Yeah. Back with Operation Poison Pipe, Teddy has a new plan. Use the leftover gunpowder from the resistance and blow up Judicial to find the pipe in question. They'll wear cleaning suits under their coveralls and close the pipe. They just have to get 6 people with helmets and bombs into Judicial. Very brave people. Juliet does not want to sign off, though, because this plan comes with the risk of death to up to 1,000 innocent residents living in the vicinity of Judicial. They won't be wearing suits as the poison leaks out. McLean suggests just drinking the water and forgetting the whole thing. I wonder if she's serious.
I really liked the way she said that because I kind of felt it. I'm like, yeah, this is exhausting. Like,
let's just all.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I would think about it. I'd be like, I could just forget all this and just go back to living my life.
Yeah. How do you say ignorance is bliss? Right?
Yeah. Well, and then later too, when she's pouring the water and almost takes a sip of it, and Bernard looks at her, I'm like,
no, no, you don't want to be doing that.
No.
When Teddy suggests a vote, Bernard shuts that down, saying the vote that mattered already happened. The people of the silo, all of them, voted Juliet as mayor. Therefore, she needs to make this decision. Juliet leaves. She needs a minute, and Knox does too, telling Shirley there's something he's got to do. Meanwhile, on the plane, Charlotte tells Daniel about which memories Dr. Victor has decided to share with her. She knows the facts of the mission, but that's it. No actual memories of it beyond climbing into her plane. They call the missing memory storage in her brain the vault, I noticed. When Charlotte credits Victor for helping her remember, finally Daniel points out that the doctor is who made her forget them in the first place. After this chat, though, Daniel tells Helen he's a bit reassured since his sister is giving him shit again, like old Charlotte.
Have you guys seen the show Adventure Time, the cartoon?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well,
no, I'm afraid not.
It's not going to make any sense. I mean, it will because it's just a concept. John and I use the vault a lot. We say, put that in the vault. Usually it's always as a joke, obviously. Yeah. We're not really trying to forget things, but if there's something where it's just like, man, I didn't want to know that, put it in the vault.
Yeah. It's a good practice. I think I use it without thinking of it that way. Lots of things.
Be careful how much you put in there. I did think the whole thing with Charlotte, yet again, we keep harping on this, but like the fact that she's like, I want to know what happened to me. Victor erased my memory in the same sentence. It's like, okay, you're calling him by his first name, which is also creeping me out a bit. And then you're saying, man, I just really wish I knew what happened to me. Let me go with the doctor who caused me to not know.
Yes.
To see if I can figure it out.
I'm so mad.
So nice is brainwashed.
Yeah.
But without knowing that she's brainwashed.
But she does know she's been brainwashed.
The people around her should know. The people around her should be like, listen, I can see clearly what's going on here, and we need to get you away from him.
And she should be angry, and everyone should be angry, and it's just driving me crazy that they're not angry. It's making me very angry.
And didn't Victor tell Daniel that after erasing the memories, they can replace it with manipulated memories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Charlotte has no way of knowing what actually happened because
No.
she doesn't know if this is like a manipulated version of events Victor is telling her or if it's the true version of events.
Yep.
Very problematic.
Yeah, so Daniel should be punching down Victor.
This is my number one issue with Daniel.
For sure.
Like, I love him, but this is the biggest problem I have with him is that he's not doing something more extreme about this.
I don't know if he can, though. Like, his hands are a little bit tight.
He should still be angry.
Yeah, even in the conversation he's having with Charlotte, I feel like he should be like, I mean, he does kind of say that in this scene with her for the first time, I think.
Yeah.
I think for the first time, where he's sort of like, you mean the guy who like erased your memories? So at least he's acknowledging it finally, but yeah, it's bothering me a bit.
But also, if she's not sort of reacting and she's not wanting to, well, she says she wants to get her memory back, but also she's acting like she doesn't want her memory back. So it must be difficult for him to like, what does he do? Like, because he's not going to do that against her will.
Yeah, true.
She doesn't seem like herself.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I know we didn't meet her for long. It was just like 2 minutes, but she doesn't seem like the same character.
Yeah, she seems really like a version of her,
dulled down or, yeah.
Yeah, and the flirting scene later on with Anne or Anna.
Oh, that was weird.
That was weird, yeah.
She seems almost robotic, Charlotte.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
It reminded me of in Pluribus, the mine, the
hive minds.
All the people in the world,
yeah. When they're just like,
good call.
Doesn't seem like herself, which she clearly isn't, so that makes sense.
Right.
Knox goes to Mark to find out more about his dad's death, only to find out his dad isn't dead at all. He made something for Harwood in exchange for Harwood arranging his fake death / disappearance. Mark warns Knox of how dangerous it is to mess around Harwood's business when Knox demands the name of the guy who actually died. But the implication is Mark gives him the name after the scene ends.
Very good instinct of Knox to not trust what Harwood said. Like he said, there was a bump in the way he said it. I really liked that phrasing.
Same.
And the fact that he's clearly been thinking about this since that moment is, I like that.
Bernard is asking Regina for the mission diary. Regina's another person he didn't get along with, which was everyone, I suppose. He asked her to bring both the diary and the person who has it to him, because look at him. He's obviously no longer a threat to anyone.
Who can blame her, though? Because I would still assume he was a psychological threat or like, you know,
for sure.
Like, yeah, you might not punch me in the face, but that was never your
thing.
Yeah, you were just manipulating people, which you still have a functioning brain.
Right.
So like,
yes, I would not trust him 100%.
He's still smart enough to fuck with you.
Yep.
Yeah, that was palpable also to me. And I actually wrote down, will Bernard flip back again? ?
Yeah. I'm very surprised she does his bidding.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
We never heard about this relic before, right? The mission diary?
No.
Does he even give her a reason?
No.
Like, what does he say to compel her to actually bring it? He just asks her and she does it?
I think he's just asking nicely. He says, if you know where they both are, the diary and the person who has it, bring them here. Dramatic pause. Please.
and
then she's like, okay, fine.
Okay, then. It's just a polite.
All right. That's a little hard to buy, but okay.
I guess that's the way they've been, because isn't that kind of what Sims did too with her? He was like, I just need your help. Please help me with when he's holding the cat.
I'm not going to hurt your cat.
Wish everyone could see Raquel's hand movements doing that. Funny.
I just feel like everybody sees my hand movements.
The villain petting a cat, yeah. Just the slow petting, staring into your eyes while he's doing it.
Yeah.
Did we go through the conversation with Helen and is it Victor, the doctor?
the Deep Throat / CSM guy, right?
Yeah.
It's the other old white guy.
The other old white guy.
My notes are like one old man, another one. I don't know who's who.
Old white guy 1, old white guy 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OWD, old white dude.
OWD.
Yeah.
Love it.
1 and 2.
I have in all caps, what is this fucker's name? And Helen have a little chat together now. Like, can you give
What
us
is
a
this
name?
fucker's name? I think that we should just commit to Deep Throat and just
All right.
blast through with
Leave it
that.
there.
With Deep
Fine.
Throat, okay, Deep Throat.
Done.
I've tried to like find the names, but I don't even know. Like the faces look the same to me as well. So
All the
I
old
went
white
through
men
the
look
list
the
of
same.
cast members. Of like, are they the same?
This is the problem with old white men in suits. Yeah, they all
Yeah.
look the same. It's pretty.
Funny.
Racial profiling. These white dudes.
All right. Old white guy we're calling Deep Throat and Helen have a little chat together now. Deep Throat's proud of her journalistic integrity since he was listening to their whole chat in the car. When she asks about him and he jokes about her writing a profile on him, I liked her response. This is just my default mode. Everybody's interesting to me.
Mm.
His profile consists of 20 years in military intelligence, which he left to start a company that failed, and that's when he met the senator as her driver. Now his job is the vague, make sure the senator and her daughter are all right.
I, once again, just really like the way Jessica Henwick is playing Helen not being able to lie. Because when Deep Throat is asking her if she wants to sleep or asking if she's tired or something, and then she lies about her and Daniel sleeping in the back of the van, she's so terrible at telling that lie. Like, it sounds so much like she's making that up to me. And I think that she's been really truthful throughout the show.
Right, which we've talked about a lot of times and we like about her. It's also a really stupid lie, as if anyone's going to sleep
Yeah.
in that situation. I mean, I don't know how many hours they were in there, but...
And it's a pointless lie. I mean, it was just like she just was dismissing him because she didn't want to talk about it. But
right.
I just had a question. Why do we know why the senator and the daughter are so important to this guy?
No.
Not yet.
Juliet finds Bernard up and about, which concerns her. He tells her to come with. He has a person of import for her to meet. Someone who can understand what Juliet's been through because she's also been drugged for the purpose of making her forget. And she's also off the drugs now. Looking good, too, Gloria. Gloria Hildenbrand was the keeper of the mission diary, it seems. Something Bernard says he's been chasing forever. All he had to do was say please. He should have tried that earlier. And when he says he tracked down relics for the Flame Keepers, he and Sims, he wasn't helping them, right? He was trying to thwart them?
yeah, I think part of his job was managing the relics and making sure that people weren't trading them and
Right, they're accounted for in there.
sending people to the mines for having them and stuff like that, right?
The way he said it, like the way I understood it when he was saying it in this episode, it sounded like he was helping them, but that was not the case. So I was just trying to clarify that he wasn't secretly helping them. Secretly good all along.
Oh.
All I know is George's mom was a flamekeeper because they said that verbatim. 2 items they wanted badly was a spiral-bound notepad that previous heads of IT have been chasing for 300 years, and then this diary, the personal obsession of Bernard's. Mission was a porter during the early rebellion when they blew up the stairs, just like they did in this one. Gloria reads the last passage in his diary where he's writing about his missing memories. Aggressive memory loss, can't remember where he got the scars on his body that he thinks he knew yesterday. Doctors have acknowledged this phenomenon but are calling it a virus that will go away. Since he has a wife, he's hanging on, but especially single people are starving or jumping over the side. Random side note, I think Gloria's voice is very sweet. Juliet understands what the point of Bernard showing her this is, and he goes on to talk about Salvador Quinn drugging the silo, which even Quinn said resulted in the death of 2,000 people. Bernard wants her to make the choice now to blow up Judicial and find the pipe before it's too late, which could legit be like tomorrow with memory drugs in the water.
This was something I hadn't thought of before. Just the consequences of the memory drug in this way, of people being so depressed and confused that they just wither away or jump.
Yeah.
I liked the twist of that.
Yeah. I think at one point we discussed for just a minute how it would feel like on the day-to-day when you know you're like forgetting something that you remembered yesterday and everybody else is experiencing that too.
Right.
Like you can't really get away with. So they explained it by saying the doctors call it a virus, you know, because it would have to be noticeable. So I'm glad that they, though a weak explanation, they did address it.
That's what dementia does. So, like, obviously you got a name for a condition, but you're still losing your memories. Whether they tell you it's a virus or something else, it's pretty sucky.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the diary entry was written really well. I was sucked in and felt what this guy was feeling that we've never heard of before now. I also love the name Mission.
I was going to say maybe the opposite. It's just strange. And I was like, what? Because why pick a word that, means something that is happening in this show a lot? I don't know.
When I first heard them say it, I thought it was going to be like the original mission that
Exactly.
started the silo.
That's what I thought too,
Exactly.
yeah. So it just seems like a strange name to choose, but all right. Guy's name is Mission. I accept.
Can I just say one thing about Juliet being the one that has to decide what to do? Because I feel like the show has done a really good job at showing how empathetic she is.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's the one that has to choose between these really two horrible scenarios. It's just, I think it's clever because I feel like there's a lot of other people that would have choose. And we've seen, obviously, they're sort of campaigning for one or the other.
Right.
Where she's the one that's really broken about it and conflicted about it.
Yeah, and it's killing her.
And you can believe it as the viewer because we know how empathetic and
good she is. Yeah, she cares.
What is that thing? Isn't it like what's the word for like a story that's representative of something? Not a fable.
Allegory?
Allegory?
Like an example of a predicament that's presented as like what would you do in this kind of a scenario? There's this thing about like if a train is going on the tracks towards people.
The trolley problem?
Yeah, the trolley problem. That's it. Yeah, it would like kill one person, but then you have the choice to divert it or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was something I was watching recently where they were talking about that, and the person was like, I wouldn't do anything. Was it Widow's Bay? It was Widow's Bay.
It was Widow's Bay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
I was like, I'm feeling this too.
Yeah. Because I kind of relate to that. I'm kind of like, then you are becoming a part of, like, making the decision makes you responsible. But, like, she can't not decide in this case because somebody else, I mean, Camille is already drugging people. Right. So it's kind of that, but then also she has to make a choice. So she's being forced into that position.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I like it. I like how urgent it has become because we were always like, the water situation is very dire if she does it.
And also, again, I think they sort of like glazed over it in the last few episodes, but they only have 2 years of the silo being able to function with the bulbs missing. So
Juliet should be informed of that. That'd be a good thing for her to consider in all of this.
We need people to like know that too. That's also a problem.
Yeah, it is funny that they're both working on very urgent problems separately, but this one's more urgent.
Have Billings and Juliet even had a scene together this season?
I don't think so. I just thought about it alone.
I think in the beginning.
Like the awkward council.
Yeah. And then I don't know if she was in when he was trying to get information. No, I don't think so.
No, she was headed to Knox and Shirley at the same time, but they were separately there.
They need to sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Update each other on what's going on.
They need to regroup.
They do. Now it's Charlotte and Anna up for their one-on-one scene. I wrote, are they flirting?
Yep.
Yes. Charlotte asks her to rub her feet. What a strange scene.
Right?
That's all my notes on that scene.
I was like, okay, fine. I'll take it.
I have another note. There's a moment when Anna talks about a magic trick, I think. Just interesting that we hear magic coming up at the silo and on the plane, like in the same episode.
Right.
I think it's when Charlotte wants to know what they're heading towards, and she says something like, you'd be terrible at watching magic because you would just want to know.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Trick.
Yes.
But yeah, I had the same, because that's not a word you hear. Just, we're talking about magic in 2 different scenes. Yeah. Interesting.
Right.
No, only because of this scene, and we'd said that earlier, she seems really weird. Like, she doesn't seem like the Charlotte that we met maybe in episode 1 or 2, whenever it was.
Yeah.
But do we think that maybe she's playing them and she's sort of like agreeing to whatever she's trying to like get with this girl to like get information from her or like manipulate her? I don't know. It was a very weird scene.
I mean, I hope so because it's just so strange and out of the blue. But I feel like she would be different with Daniel if that was the case. I don't know.
True.
I hope you're right though.
Unless she's there as bait for him.
Oh.
I'm always trying to protect him. I don't know. It was such a weird. I don't see the point in that scene otherwise. Like, what do we get from it? Genuinely,
I don't know. Usually we can figure that out. And
there was no real information
exchanged
that she or the viewer gained from that.
Yeah, super strange.
Yeah, I feel like there were 2 scenes that were kind of weird to me. That was the first one with the flirting and the feet rubbing. Like, why?
Yeah.
And the second one was later on with the fucking jacket, Anthony's jacket.
Yeah, I didn't. That was literally my point. What the hell's going on with the jacket?
Well, they use it to trade the judicial passes.
But it felt so contrived and like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Every finger pointing at the jacket, and I feel like this scene will be something that it's maybe important later on.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like it's got to be related to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's, it's four of us and we all feel weird about the scene. It's like came out of nowhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Victor and Daniel, and Victor tells him his sob story, at least how he read it in the police file. He read that he held his daughter as she died, but doesn't remember it, doesn't want to. It feels so wrong to me to dismiss her final moments like that, however horrifying and heartbreaking it is. But anyway.
And how much better is it to know about it, know the facts,
Right.
but not know how you felt? I mean, you can assume how you felt just by knowing the facts, right?
Yeah.
He does have a soothing voice, though. Every time he speaks, I'm like, all right, you're good for this job.
Take my memories away.
We will keep you away from him then, Aubrey.
He could hypnotize me for sure.
I can see that. I'm worried about you now.
Just the conversation between Daniel and Victor about the selective memories that they can manipulate.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of when Daniel and Helen were in the basement with that guy, Steve, was it?
Yeah.
He was telling him about the recording in the jets when Charlotte shut down. And the guy was like, oh, you don't want to hear what happened. You'd rather not know what happened. And he chose to hear it.
Listen.
So it just reminded me of that. Like sometimes you just have to put yourself through that because you want to know what's happened to your loved ones. You don't want to just forget it.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, it's a way of processing it too. You have to have the memory, or you have to hear it to process it, I guess.
Otherwise, you're just guessing as well. Like as you said, like you probably have a very good idea what your feelings when you were holding your daughter dying are going to be. So you're just going to be thinking about it regardless, if you feel them or not.
Right. You would think your mind would even just make up that memory. Like implant visually, within the mind of what happened,
or different versions of it, which is also worse.
Which is worse in a way.
Yeah,
but maybe they're like, I don't know, maybe the connections are like completely severed, so
feels nothing. Yeah,
maybe you can't visualize it. I don't know.
I guess it's kind of like Charlotte saying, I know what happened, but it feels like it happened to someone else. So that's probably how it feels for him too.
You can maybe visualize it, but you don't get a link to your feelings.
Yeah.
That's a good point, though. They're showing how different people would choose or not choose to remember or to know things.
And it's interesting, it was Daniel. He was telling it too.
Yeah.
In the silo, there's a fight in the Sims house over a class photo.
She said something, the artist did a really good job, like almost like it was sketched or something. Because maybe they just do them like, they can't do them every year because it's a...
not a camera. That's a good call. She did say that. I didn't think about it much, but that makes sense without the relics.
And also you've got limited like storage and space, potentially, like if you're taking pictures of these kids years and years and years.
Was that this show that paper was a big deal at some point?
They recycle everything, so yeah.
People had to like donate paper for...
Oh, that's right. They were writing those notes to drop down in the middle of the silo.
Yeah.
And they had to get everybody to turn in all their paper to do it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have trees, don't have paper.
Camille's trying to make Anthony wear a jacket. Robert's telling her not to, but he reverses that decision when Juliet sends a messenger to his apartment to ask for judicial passes. They use the jacket to exchange the passes. Sandy gets a new jacket made and trades them out at school. She supposedly climbed 100 levels for this. It was nice seeing the classroom briefly, though. A different set.
I did really like the punchline at the end of this when Sandy walks in to Mechanical after doing the jacket trade. And they're like, are you okay? Like, legitimately seem worried about her. And she's just like, I don't know when the last time was or ever that I've walked that many stairs.
It says at the end, never.
Never.
Back with Daniel and Helen, the plane is landing so they can switch to helicopters to see Stinson's 300,000 acres. He convinced 42 farmers to give up their farms in exchange for generational wealth. Helen asked about the unicorn rumor. I guess they nearly made unicorns real before Stinson scrapped it when a billionaire offered to hunt it.
The range of emotions that I went through when they started talking about this unicorn, though, because at first you think, oh, he's telling her it's real, like she's, going to see it. And then, no.
Oh, do we get to see it? Yeah, no. It was very, very random also, but also, yes, unicorns are always exciting, so.
I guess it was just to show his level of, like, out of the box, off the wall science that he's capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was maybe a parallel to Elon Musk, who's like dabbing in different areas.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In banking and space exploration and this and that. So that's what, that's what the billionaires do when they get bored. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And then his line at the end, his fucking billionaire's line at the end, where you're just like,
Yeah.
hold up a mirror.
True.
Yeah.
I also thought the way that he said that he bought the land from the people for generational wealth, probably knowing there are no generations following.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yep.
And how in that moment the money doesn't play a role at all.
Nope.
Either for the people who give it nor for the people who get it. Because
Yep.
it's just gonna last like a couple of years and then, silo.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of evil in a way because he knows
Exactly.
that it's useless and he's still convincing people to take this deal that he knows is terrible.
And he has like
Right.
heaps and heaps and heaps of it, so it doesn't matter to him.
Anthony comes home from school excessively pissed off about having to take the jacket, considering he didn't even have to wear it. But Camille gives it an assessing look before telling Robert she wants to talk to him in isolation with the nurse after dinner.
Just so jarring also to see them on the one hand like being spies or being the right hand of the algorithm and running around with guns and killing people, and then being in the apartment and Camille fluffing pillows and talking about take your jacket to the picture.
Very domestic. Yeah.
Like the contrast of that, of the home life, the
Yeah.
very cliche home life, and then I don't know, it felt weird. Like we didn't need the whole jacket scene.
No.
So
Right.
rubbed under our noses. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been just like one sentence as he's walking out the door or something. Like the whole thing where he doesn't want to take the jacket is pointless, really. But I guess it was just so that Camille would know that something was up later.
Yeah, that she would recognize it's not the jacket he has.
Yeah.
Teddy sees the Sims enter judicial and it stops him in his tracks, but Juliet has to make the call and she tells them to continue with the plan. So, accepting that Robert will be a casualty of this plan and Camille. Not easy for her.
Yeah, and also Robert doesn't know why they asked for the passes, right?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't care at this point. He just wants her to do whatever she's planning on doing quickly.
But yeah, so he doesn't know that walking into judicial
It's dangerous.
is also where they're going to plant bombs. Like he doesn't know that whole part.
Right.
So she's making that decision for him, knowing that he couldn't make that for himself. Because if he knew what they were going to do and still walked in with Camille, well, that's on him.
Right.
But he doesn't even know what they're planning. So Juliet has to make, again, a decision for someone else's life.
Yeah. Not easy to live with if it happened as planned. So Teddy and company get through the bouncer at the door and start setting all the explosives all throughout judicial. Martha's waiting for Teddy to respond. They get a new voice on the line. It's Patrick Kennedy. He's alive, which means they can get the actual location of the pipe without killing 1,000 people. So they're frantically calling Teddy off with less than 30 seconds on the clock for the bombs. Teddy flies through judicial and barely succeeds at disarming it in time, but he does. Back to the important matter at hand, Kennedy is alive. What about Kyle, though? How come Juliet does not immediately ask about Kyle?
Yeah, I kind of assumed, I guess I'd have to watch that again. But didn't it kind of seem to you guys like the way that Kennedy was on the radio was way too calm for somebody that had just been shot at?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He just kind of like, hey, what's up? And it's like, well,
we back.
Tell us what just happened.
Were you worried about us?
So I kind of assumed that Kyle was fine just based on the nonchalant way that he answers the radio or that he calls through the radio.
Yeah, that is also my assumption, and I'm sure it's because of his attitude.
I don't know. It's weird that it would be Kennedy and not Kyle, though. That's my only concern.
Right.
And I don't think he's
good point.
Dead, but I think maybe something's happened to him and Patrick's had to take over.
Yeah. Kennedy didn't want that responsibility.
Right. So that is a good twist to make him face, like, I've got to do the thing that I said I wasn't going to do and pretended not to care about, and now it's on me.
Yeah. Which I do like.
Yeah, he'll be good at that, I think.
Uh-huh.
When they were setting the bombs in judicial, the people seemed very close to the wall. Like, I understand that they have the suits to protect them from the poison, but I was just thinking, would blowing that up not potentially hurt or kill them if they're standing that close? Am I overthinking this?
I thought that too.
I don't know if it's so much a bomb or it's just like a gas bomb thing.
Or blasting the wall off, but not really. Because the thing that they're worried about killing people, are they saying that people are going to die because of the blast or people are going to die because of the poison?
Of the
I
poison.
think it was the poison.
In the time it takes before they can cap the poison will get out. and kill the people in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Probably.
That seems impossible to predict how many people will die from that.
Yeah, well, that's what they said. I think they were
Yeah.
saying at the beginning, maybe 100 people, maybe thousands. Is that what they were discussing?
Yes. Yeah.
I think they were estimating how many people live on a certain number of levels
Around it.
that they think the gas is gonna
Could potentially
or the
reach,
poison is
yeah.
just gonna reach in that time that they are able to cap it off.
It's a pretty terrible plan.
How do you ever get it out of the air, though, after it's in the
Yeah.
air? Do you know what I mean? Like, does it just dissipate? I don't even know what it
Possibly,
is.
yeah. I don't know how potent it is,
I
yeah.
don't think they know either.
Yeah, the silo is like 120 stories, so there's a lot of air inside. So maybe they hope that it's gonna
Dilute.
either just thin down or thin out in the air.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if they're just gonna open the door to the outside and just, let the air out. I don't know.
I never quite understood, and maybe they just don't know this, but it seemed like, is there poison just in this tube all the time, or is the algorithm pumping it through when it is doing the safeguard? So, like, will there even be anything in there right now?
Right.
If it's not being pumped through?
We don't know.
I think they just are assuming worst case scenario that it's always there. But
And if it's not, there's no way for them to know if they've hit the right pipe, right? Unless they're just going to walk through them until they see where they lead, I guess.
well, they acknowledge that it might be colorless regardless, so
And odorless, yeah.
Also, no one knows anything about it.
Yeah.
What it looks like, or
they're just gonna cap all the pipes. I don't know.
Man, that
weird.
feels like just drink the water, guys.
Yeah. You can see why Juliet had some doubts about this plan.
Yeah.
It's a terrible plan.
Yeah.
Daunting mission.
They're just desperate.
I mean, I guess they don't have any other choice. They don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hoping they're just gonna recognize it because it's something that shouldn't be there or doesn't look like anything else that they use in the silo.
Anything useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or if they can follow it and tell that it's going out too far or something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah, because doesn't it come in like from the side to the silo? It doesn't go up and down. It comes in horizontally. So maybe that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
If
you remember the sketches from
17
Solo, yeah. So it looked like it was coming from the side.
Yeah.
True.
Camille opens a cell in Judicial in a very foreboding manner. I would not step inside if I were him with that look on her face, but he does, and the nurse is actually in there. There are supposedly no cameras in here, which we've already discussed. Crazy. And it's just the location she's chosen to confront her husband. Doesn't care that Amy is in there too. That doesn't bode very well for Amy.
Mm-hmm.
She apparently clocked that wasn't her son's jacket right when they came through the door, and she's demanding Robert tell her what he's actually doing. But he insists it's just so she'll stop drugging the water, doesn't tell her anymore. She almost kills Amy, threatens to, and he uses their son to save her, saying Anthony should have at least one parent who has never killed anyone.
I don't know how your relationship comes back from something like this, like Robert and Camille.
I don't think it does.
Like, they are so far away from making sense to me as a couple at this point. Like, they're just constantly playing each other and lying to each other, and Camille seems to pretty much hate Robert, and she's just treating him like so aggressively. I mean, they both have done terrible things, but I don't know. I just feel like, how do you go back to your, like you were saying before, Helen, go back to your apartment and fluff your pillows and lie down to go to bed at night after this, you know?
Yeah.
And they also don't trust each other. So, like, how do you get that back?
Yeah, they don't trust each other. Yeah. Well, you can have like a shout out and just dish everything out and just clear the air. And so maybe then you can try and build something again if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't think Camille would want to. I feel like Camille is pissed because she sees being the head of IT kind of like of course, a step up for her, and also, does good things for her ego. But then everything around her is like creating problems. Either her husband is like going rogue and, being a problem to her. And he's the one who's there, who she can threaten maybe or confront. So I feel like Camille is focusing on Robert just to make everything blow out because he's being so difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely hard to come back from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like she wants to be in charge, and the fact that she's told him to drop him, he's not. It's just irritating her too much.
Yes.
I think Alexandria Riley, who plays Camille, has done a good job of building that awareness of her ego throughout the season, because at the beginning, I don't feel like I knew if that was her reason, if power was part of the reason that she was thriving off this job or like was following the orders. And I don't know, I didn't get that impression strongly at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now I do. And I think she's done a really good job of like reacting to the algorithm when it praises her, or he praises her if it's a person. You know, when he says in the therapy scene, you've got to acknowledge the fact that you were chosen for a reason and you're really good at this job, and like puffing her up, basically building her up. So you've started to see glimpses of that, I think, throughout the season. And now she's kind of, I mean, I think she's stressed too, but I think, yeah, like you said, she's sort of high off the power of being in charge of this and being the one who's like chosen between her and Robert too. Like she won the battle between the two of them in a way.
Yeah, I feel like she wants to just decide things and lead the silo the way she wants to lead the silo, not take care of problems all the time. Like she doesn't want to be solving the big problems. She just wants to be the leader the way Bernard was a leader, without constantly having to deal with some shit.
That's true.
I think that's also like she's irritated because she can't be like the IT person she maybe hopes or had hoped to be.
I'm a little bit disappointed in her though. Like I did think there was going to be more to her motives than just power. But
yeah, same. And then the episode ends with them finally seeing in Atlanta what all the to-do is about. Unsurprisingly, a drill. A much larger version of the tech that Daniel came up with, I imagine.
Yeah, we were expecting that, right? That we're going to see that.
Yes. I've been talking about the drill a lot.
Yeah.
And the silo and all.
Yeah.
You kind of see it in the digger void too in previous episodes, right? You like see that thing on the bottom.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're here.
All right, I guess that's a wrap on our discussion of Season 3, Episode 7 of Silo. Come back next week for Episode 8. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.